Hello, my friends. This is your friend Velma Hagar with a new message today, as always. And by the way, I hit my 1,000 on my YouTube. I'm so happy. Thank you guys for helping me get there. And I went really fast in the end. Oh my gosh, it was like every day someone was signing up. So I don't know if you guys did it or just God did it or something, but it got done. So I passed 1,000. Yippee! Okay, that was one of my goals. Now, I had something really interesting. It made me stop and think. We have our little group, our little Holy Roller group, and that Holy Roller group, we're all Christians. There's 12 of us, women, and we're all Christians, and we roll dice once a month at somebody's house, and so we call ourselves the Holy Roller. And so the gal that's having the party next month asked us to send our favorite scripture to her. And no one has ever really asked me that before, because I have lots of scriptures that I just love. But if I have to nail it down to just one, I was like, whoa, that's really quite the question. So I thought of all these different scriptures, and I finally decided, I think this is interesting that you guys should know this. I decided on Romans 8:28. And the reason I decided on that, and I'm going to tell you what it says. You've heard me say it before. I've talked about it before. But it isn't as romantic of a scripture. It isn't as mysterious, or I don't know. I mean, there's so many other ones I love some of those other scriptures. But this one, if I could only choose one scripture out of the Bible that would be mine, I would take this one. And it says, all things work together for good to he that believes and loves God and is called according to God's purpose for them. Now, the reason I took that, it's all encompassing. I mean, if I am going to serve God and I do love God and I'm called according to his purpose for me, then you know what? No matter what happens in my life, it's going to work towards good. If I could only have one scripture, it would have to be that. Imagine if no matter what happens in your life, if you're serving God and you love him and you're called according to his purpose, I mean, you can't be out there running a whorehouse or something, even if you do love God. That's not his purpose for you. So you can't do that. But I know that I'm called to do what I'm doing. I know that because I wouldn't be doing it otherwise. I think choosing to be a teacher of any kind is a huge choice. It's a big responsibility, and you are judged more harshly by God. God expects more of you. He says, what to him that much is given, much is expected. And of course, he's going to give you a lot of learning stuff so you can teach it. And if you don't teach correctly, you're held responsible. Look at me. So, I would not have chosen to be a teacher, in other words. And I'm teaching. Every time I do one of these topics, I'm teaching you or teaching people something. Even if you already know it, you're getting another perspective. So I know I'm called to do what I'm doing. And I know that I love him. And I know that he's the Lord of my life. So therefore, no matter what happens in my life, it will work towards good. So to me, that is my scripture. I sent that in today and I go, that's Romans 8:28, which is such a common scripture. You'd think I'd pick something out of, Nehemiah or something that nobody knew. But no, I went right for the one that everybody knows. But honestly, think about it. Romans 8:28. All things work together for good. Now, if you don't know the Lord, if you aren't living for him, if you aren't seeking to serve him and you aren't working in something he's called you to do, that scripture is not for you. It's not yours. No. So it's for people like me who I know I'm called to do what I'm doing. I'm so rooted in God and in the Word, I'm not going anywhere. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. I thought that was a neat observation on my part because I didn't even know it until today. I wrote a little blog on it and I'll be posting it in the next day or two. But I just thought that was so interesting. Think about yourself, what scripture would be your favorite. I think it's important that we know that if someone asks us. And also, I want to tell you this. If you are a Christian, you know, the way you live your life affects other people. You don't even have to say a word. I heard someone say the other day, wherever we go, we are supposed to be a witness for Jesus. Even sometimes you have to use words. In other words, the way we act and what we do is so important. Witness for the Lord. Be a good witness. Set a good example for children, for the world. They need it so bad right now. The world is so ugly. You know that. It's a mess out there. Okay? I know stuff like this. I just know it. All right. Now, buy my book, Hidden Treasures in Secret Places, Hidden Treasures in Dark Places. And if you want to subscribe, I would love to have you. I finally hit my goal, so I'm okay, but I'd still like to have you, okay? All right, you guys, I said what I needed to say, and I said it in 6 minutes. Pretty good today. So with that said, until next time, this is your friend Velma Hagar, bidding you a blessed day and saying, find out what scripture you like. And if you serve God with all your heart, Romans 8:28 is it. All right, you guys, bye.